Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to connect to the laser and cut them out. So first thing you want to do is go to the browser software for the laser. Just click on the bookmark. It should bring you right there. If it doesn't, you can try reloading the page or even closing out Chrome and opening it again and then trying to get to that bookmark. So the first thing you want to do is to capture. Capture just takes a bunch of pictures of what's currently on the laser and presents it to you so that you know what you're working on. Alright, so this is your acrylic sheet material that's on the laser right now. So let's say you wanted to print that that chip that we just made. So we go to the directory, we go to the folder that we saved it in, and I believe we said yes. So the first thing you want to do when you're cutting a chip is to first drag in the channel part. So if you didn't notice, all I did was I found the file I wanted, the chip channels, I selected it and I dragged it onto here, and then it asked me if I want to import everything, import engrave only or cut only. Since we want the channels to be engraved only, we're going to do engrave only. And then cool, there is our chip. So at this point you do not want to move this image, so do not do that. If you do it by accident, just hit Control-Z, because this is important to line up the outline and channels correctly. So if we highlight the channels, we get this thing that pops up, and these are the different settings that we can mess with. So we have depth, speed, and then resolution. You always typically want the resolution to be as high as possible since you're making scientific instruments, and then you can change the depth and speed accordingly. If you want just like a rough estimate, you can just drag it as I'm doing right now. If you want exact numbers, you have to hit the settings image right here, and then exact numbers will pop up. So let's say we want a depth of 50 and then a speed of 50, and then cool. So that means that this chip will engrave with the channels will engrave with 50% depth and at 50% speed and that high resolution. Cool. Next step is to import the outline. So you do the same thing, find the correct file, drag it onto the screen, and then since we're importing the outline, we want it to cut the outline, so we hit cut only, continue, and then the outline should pop up exactly where we want it, right above the channels. And then the cut settings, you can also mess with the cut settings, but frankly they don't matter that much. Like this, set 65% heat and set and 20% speed, 65% depth, that should be perfectly fine. You just want to make sure that you have one pass, number of passes to be just one, because if you do 2 or 3, then it just takes forever. So whatever settings you mess around with, you want to make sure that those settings make it so that the laser is powerful enough such that it's able to cut through the material in just one pass. So yeah, at this point you want to double check to make sure that the laser recognizes what material you're cutting. We do have a 1/16 inch sheet of acrylic in there, so Everything looks good, and then you just hit start. You want to make sure the positioning is absolute, and then just send it to cutter. All right.